Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, I wanted to jump right into filmmaking itself, and it always strikes me that whenever in a rare occasion I see a director working, that what you're dealing with every day are very practical things, and often with a big crew, and I'm interested in how you keep your vision of what you want to do, your ideas intact with all this kind of craziness around.
I think it has a lot to do with the preparation that I work on, which is I usually try to lock myself away for at least 10 days or almost 2 weeks just to sit with the script and the ideas of the script and try to come up with a visualization of the picture. That is, in a sense, really designing certain editing sequences, but at the same time also allowing, let's say, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages of dialogue and saying, no, that's going to depend on the location, that's going to depend on, you know, the day, the time of day in shooting, and then really it's a matter of sometimes who's in the frame and who isn't in a scene that takes place between 2 people, for example. But that changes, for example, that frees me in a way so that that section of the script, when I get the location or I get the set, I could then rework it with the actors so that it's still alive in a way. I have to figure out, too, whether I even need wide shots, in a sense, of something like that. But I really like to think about what I used to call the philosophy of the shot. You know, what the shot is saying. Does it have a narrative point to it? And if it's a tracking shot, the head of the shot, the tail of the shot, where we start and where we end. You know, it's very difficult because you tend to, I like moving camera, but at the same time, we tend to say, okay, we're going to start the shot here and track all along the audience right this way. But I know now over the years that I lose the head and tail of the shot. So maybe I want to start a little sooner in here and move it this way, but it's not long enough, so I got to go back a bit. So it's that kind of thing. And should the camera be on an angle? Should it be on an angle, or should it be just like a Godardian kind of parallel track head on? And so that really is a different effect to the viewer, you know, particularly if you're head on and you're tracking. You know, and I kind of like it, just moving back and forth this way, following. I remember a scene in Vivre Sa Vie where Anna Karina, the guy comes in and asks for a Judy Garland record, and it just tracks through the record store, and she goes and gets the record and it just tracks back, and it had a kind of clarity, and it said so much about the quotidian work that she was doing, the daily work. It didn't interfere. And it didn't it didn't force the audience to make, it wasn't forcing a comment, but you felt you were there with her in a way, and almost for boredom, in a sense, of what she was doing in that film.